Good morning, Prayer Warriors. This is Prayer Warriors 365 Armor Up AM, and my name is Regina M Dick with Good News Broadcasting and Multimedia. We have been discussing the past couple of days about spiritual warfare and the nature of spiritual warfare and what's going on in these days and also in our own personal lives. We're going to be moving next more into the personal area of our lives and putting on the full armor of God to be able to withstand all that comes against us, that we might be effective in our walk with the Lord and are effective in our prayers. Before we start in the full armor of God, let's start with a particular verse. The story of the Centurion, the faith of the Centurion. In Matthew 8:5-13, when Jesus had entered Capernaum, a centurion came to him asking for help. "Lord," he said, "my servant lies at home paralyzed, suffering terribly." Jesus said to him, "Shall I come to him and heal him?" The centurion replied, "Lord, I do not deserve to have you come under my roof, but just say the word, and my servant will be healed. For I myself am a man under authority, with soldiers under me. I tell this one, 'Go,' and he goes, and that one, 'Come,' and he comes. I say to my servant, 'Do this,' and he does it." When Jesus heard this, he was amazed, and said to those following him, "Truly, I tell you, I have not found anyone in Israel with such great faith. I say to you that many will come from the east and the west, and will take their places in the feast with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob in the kingdom of heaven. But the subjects of the kingdom will be thrown outside into the darkness, where there will be weeping and gnashing of the teeth." Then Jesus said to the centurion, "Go, let it be done just as you believed it would." And his servant was healed at that moment. All right, I want you to notice something here, that Jesus was amazed at the centurion. He said, "I have not found anyone in Israel with such great faith." Now, the faith that this man had was in Jesus' authority. He may have not been considered a Christian, but he saw his servant. His servant needed help. His servant was the believer. And he knew, being a soldier, their authority. Those over him, he knew he must obey and just do it. And those under him must follow what he said. And he knew Jesus' authority. Now we as believers, we have the opportunity to build relationship, build from that relationship trust, and with that trust, we build also faith. Now, faith is developed when we are called in prayer, maybe, to a specific request. And we learn that we're praying not just for an answer for that particular prayer, but we're having faith in the authority of Jesus Christ to answer that prayer. Because we as Christians have built that trust, because we've built relationship. And that's what makes our prayers effective, because we not only have trust in relationship, but that brings us to that place of complete faith. In other words, we may have a prayer request, and we know Jesus is going to answer it. We trust him. And we have the faith that he will answer it in his time, in his season. Might be right away, might be in the future, but it serves a purpose. It serves to develop our faith in him. In Hebrews 11, it says, "Now faith is the assurance of things hoped for, the conviction of things not seen. For by it the people of old received their commendation. By faith we understand that the universe was created by the Word of God. In 1 Corinthians 2:5 it says, that your faith might not rest in the wisdom of men, but in the power of God. And to comprehend that requires trust, requires relationship, requires connection. We're not saying that man can answer the prayers, man can put it together, man can figure it out. We're saying that God, faith in His authority, it's done. We are His children. If we have that faith, our prayers are answered. In Matthew 21:22, and whatever you ask in prayer, you will receive if you have faith. So before we get into the full armor of God, we need to understand that faith and trust go together. Trust has to do with relationship, building of that relationship, and with that trust comes a faith that God will answer prayers. Now, we trust the Lord that if sometimes answers to those prayers may take time or in a manner that we're not thinking that it should go, or in a manner that we in our minds have perceived, we trust Him. We know the prayer will be answered and it will be good for the good of all concerned. So we're confident, we're at peace. We know that the Lord has our best interests at heart and everyone around us, all those that we care for and others. So we're confident. We have that faith. We understand His authority. We know it's done. Now, when we're moving into spiritual warfare and the full armor of God, we're moving into an area that we're unfamiliar with, that it takes spiritual understanding to even get a glimpse of what's going on. So we're moving into a territory strictly on faith and trust. All right, we're moving into spiritual warfare, putting on the full armor of God. This full armor will have to do with your personal life and the things that you can do, the spiritual tools or spiritual armory to be able to fight the good fight of faith. Each one serves a purpose, and this will help you to grasp what God is calling us to do, to grow in faith and trust in Him. So let's have the faith of the Centurion, where we just do it. We don't question, we don't ask, we just trust Him. We're moving along into the full armor of God. Each piece serves a purpose in our own personal walk to prepare us for things that we might encounter each day. And as we grow stronger in understanding that this armory serves a purpose in our personal lives, but also what is going on in the world, that we will not be taken down, that we will not live in fear, confusion, and chaos that is moving more rapidly these days. We stand firm, we stand steady, we stand together in unity, His church, and we just do it like the Centurion in faith. Till tomorrow, God bless.